Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generational Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly, the 28-year-old piece of gold of franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka King Too Cold in the building, bro. What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we decided, we haven't done one in a while. Why not, man? Let's talk a little Raw. I mean, it's not like the show's been terrible. Uh, it's been some good stuff. It's still unbearably 3 hours to watch. I've been watching it while playing the game on my phone, cooking dinner. Yeah, Leo, you ain't tripping. Yeah, kind of just been yeah, kind of just been just messing with my daughter, just doing other shit. But it is it's going on. Okay, cool. Kind of rewind it a little bit, see what I missed, then go back to just going.
Right.
But yeah, man, Leo, man, we on, man. We gonna talk about this, man. We seeing something new. Austin Theory going up against Big E, for the WWE Championship after he stole the egg because he wanted to take a selfie with it and whatnot and whatever, and that happened. But yeah, we got new women's tag team champions. We got cosplay with Riddle and Randy Orton. uh yeah, man, it was a Raw.
Well, speaking of, man, like you said, it was a Raw for sure, but this was actually one of the more watchable Raws in recent memory. I mean, Raw has actually been okay the last, I want to say, 3 to 4 weeks. The only, like I said, really big complaint is the fact that the shit is 3 hours long. Had this been a 2 hour show, I think we'd be all right. So it held even 2.5 hours. We've even compromised on that. Give us the 2.5 hours. But yeah, like you said, man. So to start off tonight, we had Vince McMahon. He had Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce in his office, and he wants to get behind the culprit, man. Who stole the egg? Not 24/7. Who stole the egg? And then, like you said, we'll find out later that it was Austin Theory. And instead of Vince McMahon firing Austin Theory or reprimanding Austin Theory, he made it known to Sami Zayn, man, don't nobody like no snitch. You feel me? And matter of fact, it reminds me of myself. That hunger, that drive, that determination, them balls remind me of myself. So he ended up rewarding my guy, man, with a WWE Championship match, which is actually going on now against Big E. But yo, Tuco, man, like you said, you already alluded to this one as well. So we had Randy Orton, him and Riddle. They had a backstage segment, man. You got Riddle, who turned in to Randy Orton for the night. Riddle would go 1-on-1 with Dolph Ziggler, ended up picking up the victory. He will win via RKO. And then, of course, after the match, man, he would get somewhat attacked by Robert Roode, and then Randy Orton ended up hitting Bro Derek on Robert Roode. We talked about this, man, during Survivor Series, but I think it's more evident than ever tonight. Randy Orton, he is super thoroughly enjoying himself, man. You can see it written all over his face. Tuco, now I know you and I, we thought that maybe Randy Orton would turn on Matt Riddle, but from what I've been seeing online is the general overall consensus seems to be that it's going to be the other way around, that Randy Orton's going to get too comfortable and Riddle's going to turn on him. What do you think about that theory?
I mean, that'd be different. It'd definitely be it would oh wow. It'd definitely be different. Um Either way it go, there's a heel turn coming. It's expected to be Randy, but the shocker would be that it would be Matt Riddle. Because he's kind of taking more of that sadistic side of Randy Orton. And he starts coming out wearing shoes. And then you know he turned heel when he comes out wearing shoes. But
Right.
why is Austin Theory paying attention to what's going on outside?
Because Austin Theory is about dumb as a box of rocks, man.
Like why is you paying attention to what's going on outside? Like they not even interfering with you. Like they not even like they didn't even that had nothing to do with you.
Joe, Leo, what up? What's going on, y'all?
What's going on, y'all, man? Obviously, this is gonna be a
Every
triple threat match. Somehow. We'll get to Seth Rollins versus Big E, and then I think Kevin Owens may just interfere, and then somehow it'll get worked into a triple threat match between these three.
Of course, of course. As Big E just picked up the
Bah!
1, 2, 3 on that boy Austin Theory. Well, that was quick.
And he lays the big ending on Seth Rollins. Um, yeah, man. Uh, Randy Orton, I see a heel turn, but you can also see Randy Orton and is enjoying himself, man. Like he's like you don't see this side of Randy Orton really taking someone under his wing. And even though he did it with Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase, but that was a Randy Orton I don't think was at a place to really be a mentor. This
Right,
Randy Orton, he's done it all, so right now he's just enjoying being a part of the business and taking a guy like Riddle and giving him the rub and helping him, become what we think he can become. And you know what, man? Was it stupid? Yes, it was stupid. Okay, yeah, him and his whole gimmick has been stupid, but Riddle makes it work. Like that to
yeah,
me, that's the thing with Riddle. Like, and I think it's like you kind of seen him be that at NXT. WWE amplified the goofy side of him more when he got to the main roster,
right.
but Riddle is still Riddle. All right, and the odd couple dynamic of it with Randy Orton, yeah, it does something a little different. But I found myself laughing at Riddle, man. Like this dude, what the hell is this mustache? What the hell is this thing? What is this goatee he's got on his face? Like, dude,
Right,
what the
right,
hell are
right.
you wearing? And it's like, you know what? It's so stupid. It's funny. It's just I'm mad at myself for laughing at it and liking it because I know it's stupid. But damn it, Riddle, damn you, because I like you and I like what you and I like Riddle. So it's like, all right, well, oh well. But that's wrestling. You find yourself you find yourself liking the weirdest shit. But no, man, nice little match he had with Dolph Ziggler. He got the victory. It was just good to see Randy do his move. But yeah, whenever they eventually lose those tag belts, I think that's when you'll see the heel turn.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, like you said, man, the thing is when Riddle first got called up to the main roster, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a detractor on how he was being presented because he was already kind of goofy in NXT. But then I feel like, man, when they initially brought him to the main roster, I'm like, all right, now they're trying too hard to make this guy seem, silly and shit. But now, ever since he's kind of, like you said, teamed up with Randy Orton's kind of taking on like that mentor role, that big brother role, if you will. And, it's kind of like you and I, man. You and I. I come on here, man. I say some shit, and it's just like it is what it is, man. And it's like, damn, did he really just say that? Yeah, he really did just say that. He dead ass serious. As funny as it may be, you know what I'm saying? That motherfucker just said that. But yeah, I feel like Riddle's not trying to be funny. I feel like Riddle's just being himself. And like you say, because you like Riddle, the person, the shit that he's doing is working because he's not trying to be a character. This is like, hey, I feel like this is how Riddle acts on an everyday basis.
Right, man. Like, but not as
What
dim
up,
witted.
Fro?
Like he's not as dim witted, but just seeing what the character was on NXT. So it's not like we're seeing a different character like other people when we see how somebody might act on NXT, but then when they get called to the main roster, they kind of change who they are. With Riddle, like I say, his goofiness went up a little bit, but he was still Riddle. He was still asking weird questions. He was still
Yeah.
doing kind of weird shit. He was still Riddle. But now it's like it's working because you got Randy Orton. Like, dude, like, come on, man. Like, no, this is not like no, that like being so frustrated with him, but yet willing to deal with it and then not only deal with it, but to be, but to be enthused by it, like to be
Yeah.
like fired up by it, and like you seen him on the side of the ring, he was pumped. He what did he do when he came in the ring? He gave Riddle back the mustache, like put it back on, like you just told him not to wear it, and now you wear it like it's like that's cool. And that's what makes it even more interesting when you see the heel turn because you're invested into it. So you've invested into this, and It's like you just know when this heel turn comes, man,
Yeah.
this one-on-one match is gonna be it's gonna be a nice ass match. Like Randy gonna put like shoot this dude to the moon, and it's gonna be on Riddle to deliver. Like Randy, you got the perfect opportunity. Randy's gonna deliver it. It's on Riddle to top it off.
Next up, man, so we get the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch. She comes out. They do a video package recap of her match with Charlotte Flair the night before last night as Survivor Series. And bro, Becky, she came out. She kind of took a couple shots at the fans, and I like this because leading up into this match, you kind of got a more vulnerable side of Becky. And now that this whole match is over with Charlotte, hey, we back to our regular scheduled program. We back to badass Becky. We back to big time Bex. We back to that arrogant heel. And man, when she came out, she ripped the crowd a new one. And then, of course, she had to finish it off by talking about, Bianca Belair. And then she had to do her 1-2 with Liv Morgan, who, you know what? Too cold, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think Liv Morgan may legit have a chance this time. I don't know. It could just it could just be me being naive, but I don't know, man. It seems like they're really trying to push Liv Morgan, or if not, they're at least trying to make it seem like she's going to get Becky a run for her money. Do you think Liv Morgan is a legitimate number one contender?
Yes and no. Like I like Liv Morgan. Do I like that, someone new is getting an opportunity? Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
Do I have high belief that she's going to beat Becky Lynch? No. Unless Becky just unless they play that Becky gets arrogant and, and overzealous and then and loses the title, that way. Like she doesn't lose it because, Liv Morgan just out wrestled her. She took the girl for granted. She didn't give her she didn't respect her, and she took the advantage. That's the only way I would see that happening. Other than that, or somebody coming out to distract Becky and give Liv the opportunity to get the victory. A clean finish, no interruptions, no anything, no shenanigans. No, I don't see Liv Morgan doing that to Becky Lynch. But I can see it being a good match and it elevating Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
That's what I see out of it. I see it as an elevating moment for her to showcase she can handle this level, and she's ready to move up. She's just not ready to be champ yet, but she's definitely ready to move up. She's ready to move up the card, as they say.
Joe says hell no, and Fro says Becky is the new Stone Cold face of the company. I definitely agree with that assessment.
She's the new heel because she's
yeah. I definitely agree with that, and like you said, I can definitely understand what you're saying as far as Liv Morgan, because sometimes, man, a lot of times a star is made. Hey, look, you ain't got to go out there and win. You just got to go out there and have a good ass match. I mean, look at Big E. Big E, he took a clean loss to Roman Reigns yesterday, but to me, I feel like he came out a more legitimate threat than he already was after putting on such a great match with Roman Reigns. I mean, Roman Reigns, if you had to lose to a guy, that's the guy to lose to. So, I mean, hey, ain't no shame in that. All right.
And
So
it wasn't easy for Roman Reigns. It took a lot for him to really have to beat Big E. So, that was the kicker in that. Like, you say, he's the champion. Yeah, he lost, but it didn't really hurt Drew too much. I mean, Drew was still kicking ass and be doing his thing.
Yeah.
And Big E just put on a pretty good show against Austin Theory. But, that was to, give him that win back from last night. So, moving on, then he'll have Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens to worry about, which would be legitimate contenders. They're former Universal champions. So Big E's moving in the right direction. So I'm good with that. But as far as Liv Morgan, she's just not ready yet to be champion. Not yet. It's more like Nikki Cross. When we wanted her champion, they did something else with her. But
right.
When we wanted her champion, it was when people were really behind her and they really liked the character that she was. The superhero gimmick, it was cool for the kids for the moment. But as you see, and as we're going to get to, it quickly has died down. I mean,
Oh
I
yeah.
you pretty much say it's pretty much almost dead.
Which yeah, we definitely gonna touch on that because I'm more so glad of this for Rhea Ripley. But moving forward in the card, man, so we get Bianca Belair. She comes out, she shoots on Doudrop. She has a match with Tamina, which actually wasn't a terrible match, man. It wasn't a bad match. Of course, she ended up picking up the victory. We get attacked by Natalya and Doudrop post match. Then we get Seth Rollins. He came out. He talked about last night's elimination match and how he did everything on his own. Talked a little trash to Finn Balor. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins ended up having a fight, man. And then, of course, man, the match never really materialized. And Seth Rollins, he was on the ramp, got attacked by a crazy ass fan. And then that was that. Then we get a segment with Vince and Sami Zayn in the back who says, hey, man, I know who stole the egg. Then after this, we get a match, man. Street Profits versus Styles and Omos. Styles and Omos, they win via disqualification because guess what? Fire extinguisher out of all things. Fro says jumping the rail is never a good idea. Yeah, I know, man. And Triple H and Stone Cold a few years ago. That's a Till fan. Stop doing that shit.
Yeah, that was one that was stupid. Period. One, you don't. Come on, man. We all know what wrestling is by now. In the year 2021, we know what wrestling is. People, come on now. You
Yeah.
People
What up, Benjamin?
Come on, man. That was stupid. That was just flat out stupid, man. I almost wish Seth would have kind of did a little bit more to him, just for. I mean, because dude, one, that's not no small dude. That was a big dude hurling
shit.
Running. He tackled the shit out of Seth.
Yeah.
And I ain't even gonna lie, like that was totally out of nowhere because Seth's just coming up the ramp like he's doing his thing. He's working. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Coming up, he's about to do the heel pose and taunt and all that. And dude just come out of nowhere and just charge the shit out of him. Like Seth would have whooped dude ass. Seth would have whooped dude ass flat out. That's what you got. If you just stayed your ass in the stands.
Guess what? I would have been right there cheering him on too. Like beat his ass, Seth.
Right. Like you would not have gotten in Seth would not have gotten in trouble for whooping that boy's ass because you deserved it. You should not have ran over that rail and you should not have charged that man. That man had every right to whoop off of your ass. If that was anybody else, boy, man, look, if that was Samoa Joe, I wish somebody would.
It would have been a done deal for
that. Was Bobby Lashley, man. You'd have seen that dude get suplexed and tossed and put in a hurt lie. I'd have tap out bit shit.
Hey man, hey, his ass would have got ripped like a chicken strip. Hey, Fro says, I like how the commentators initially reacted, but then quickly realized, because at first with the red shirt on, I thought it was like somebody, like another wrestler. And then
I thought it was Kevin Owens at first. I thought it was Kevin Owens. Like, damn, okay. Oh, wait, that ain't Kevin Owens. Wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute.
Joe says, I wish Seth would have got some shots in. Yeah,
he deserved it.
Seth got some baby shots in, but I want to see him curve stomp that ass.
Dude, I can see why Seth was bleeding because dude kicked him. When you see the fan that was actually still in the crowd recording it and he was close, you see because the way the dude got tackled down and where Seth was laying, dude kind of kicked off in Seth's face a couple of times, so I can see where Seth started, got the bleeding from. But yeah, man, if Seth Rollins had got up and just started welling on that dude, he deserved that ass whooping. He deserved whatever. Bust his ass up, Seth. Bust his ass up. You do not jump the rail. We all know what wrestling is. Boo, cheer, whatever. But not whatever. Just do not. Whatever you do, you do it from the stand. Don't throw nothing at nobody and don't jump the rail. Those are the two things you don't do. I mean, fans throw stuff in the ring, but that depends on the moment of the segment. That'd be storyline.
Yeah.
Do not.
You know what? I think what people forget at the end of the day is people like to use the word fake in wrestling, and I would never use the word fake. I would use very choreographed. Things are predetermined. But there's a lot of shit you can't fake. There's a lot of bumps you can't fake. And I think a lot of people forget at the end of the day, these men work out, lift weights, They train for this shit on a daily as a living. So yeah, they might be, you know what I'm saying, going half and half, 50-50 with each other in the ring, but that don't mean that they can't turn the shit up 100% on your normal ass.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
Especially
what
the
people
way
get.
you caught that boy slipping. It's like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Who the hell is you? Wait a minute, hold on, bro. Hold on, man.
Yeah, because like you
Oh,
say,
man.
if that was somebody else, man, somebody a little more hot-headed, bro, hey, his ass would have been
I'm
done.
telling you,
And
man,
guess
let that
what?
have been Bobby Lashley, man. That boy, Bobby picked that big boy up and tossed it. I'm telling you, man, let that have been Kevin Owens or somebody, boy. Man, I'm telling you, that boy would have got it. He would have got that work. He'd have got that work.
Well,
Man.
Well, speaking of getting that work, man, so we will have a women's tag team title match. We got Rhea Ripley, Nikki ASH, the tag team champions at that time. They will fight Queen Zelina and Carmella. Vega and Mella ended up winning the tag team championships, which I'm actually happy because I wanted to see Rhea Ripley and them drop the titles. It's time for Rhea Ripley to go back to being a solo act. It's time for Rhea Ripley to be that badass I need her to be, that I've loved her to be, and she needs to get back in line, man, for that championship. So I'm glad as far as that goes. I don't see Vega and Mella holding the titles that long. I see them being transitional
It's
champions.
perfect for right now because they don't really pay it. I mean, there's a women's tag division, but it's nothing. So it's like putting the belts on them too gives them purpose as heels.
Have a good one, Fro. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man. Fro, have a good night, man. Uh, but yeah, man. Enjoy. Yeah, you say to you, man. Enjoy the holiday, man. Happy holidays to you and the family. Um, yeah, man. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, Vegas should get something out of it, just like big Xavier Woods should get something out of it. Uh,
Yeah.
she won the Queen tournament. She's now the women's tag team champions. Carmella's now a tag team champion, so that adds her. She adds that to her resume. They're two, like, they get over as far as characters. Their in ring work can be suspect, but as far as characters, they're like the iconics. They're like those two people that can, they're two characters that definitely people know, but at the same time, um, uh, they might not be the best in the ring, but you like their heel work. I said,
Right, right. I mean, yeah, like you say, man, character work goes a long way. Like,
right.
Carmella, I'm not the biggest fan of her as a wrestler, but as a character, sure, absolutely. As a character, yeah, because you know what? You know how to annoy the shit out of me without even trying. So
Right. That's
I
great
give you
heel
that.
work. When you can annoy the hell out of people, you are doing something good. So Vega is just good naturally as a heel because she was a great heel manager for Andrade. Like
Yeah,
she just has that natural heel heat. Uh, I wanted to. I don't want them making her too OP. Like she just can beat anybody and everybody with that little sunset flip move that she does. But
yeah.
um, like I want her to progress and get better. But nah, you ain't beating everybody with that move. Like you ain't just you just ain't whipping it out like that. Like I, you can tell, man. People are getting a
Bro, the
little.
fact that she beat Dewdrop with that shit, I'm like, you know
I
what? I'm like, ain't no way in here you flip Dewdrop,
When she
and I
beat
love
Tony
Dewdrop.
Storm with it, I had a problem with it, dude. Because it was
Yeah,
like you beat her with that. Like I get it's supposed to like if you do a little bit more, and it's like, oh man, out of nowhere, bam! Oh wait a minute, 1, 2, oh what you got it, man. It
yeah,
was a long match.
out of nowhere is more believable, but when you
Okay,
set it up
cool.
like that, it's
Right,
like,
10, 15 minute match. A match. Y'all done beat the hell out of each other, man. You pulling something out the bag to get the victory. All right, I can kind
yeah,
of roll with it like that. But yeah, that was very early in the match, and after that, it just like you say, Dewdrop is like man, I like it, but it's like I don't buy it. But
yeah.
yeah.
Hey,
Give or
man.
take, give or take.
It ain't nowhere near as bad as the attitude adjustment, but that's a whole nother conversation. All right, man. So after this, we ended up getting Dana Brooke, Cleveland's own, man, the new 24/7 champion. Hey, look, say what you want. She got the title. I mean, hell. Hey, I don't know how she's going to defend it or who, but hey, she got it. She got it off Reginald. Then we ended up having
the women. Now you do something with the women. That's all I can see. I see women now running around chasing after.
Man, I bet not see Rhea Ripley in the backstage running around for that 24.
No, it's gonna
Man,
be Nikki Ash. It's gonna be Nikki Ash and all the other non-important women.
The catering crew.
I hope Ripley don't. Man, now that you said it, man, now it's like, oh my God, I can see her doing it. But it's not because I want to, it's because I don't. And they'll think it's cool for her to be in it. It's like, no.
Of course. Why not put Rhea Ripley? Hey, I mean, I know why
Nikki
not.
Ash, she plays that hurricane type hero, like the put her in a 24/7 championship with Dana Brooke and them, let them run around with it for a minute. Do something different, man. The men been doing it for the longest. I'm tired of seeing the same dudes win it all the time. Let somebody else win it 1,000 times before you do something else with it. Or just get rid of the championship. I'm still not opposed to that. Put it in the garbage can and set it on fire.
That too, or you could break it like the hardcore champion.
No. I don't never want them to ever think. Let's try to get Put it in the garbage can and burn that bitch. All right, burn that bitch.
He said, Alundra Blaze that shit.
Man, for real. I mean, for real. I mean, like pour like a whole bunch of gasoline and let it just drop in there, let it sink to the bottom, and then light that. Well, light it and run, because that bitch gonna explode. Like that's how much fire and explosion I want done into this 24/7 championship.
Hey, Tuco gonna get them a fire code violation.
I want this thing obliterated, man. I just want this thing gone. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. I mean, if you're gonna bring a championship back, I mean, damn, man, just bring back the television championship. Damn, dude, that will build you new stars. I mean,
I would say you could
AEW thought of it. Look what it did.
But I would say do the USA title, but you got the United States, so it would have to be the Fox Championship.
No, it don't need to be the Fox. Just call it the WWE Television Championship, the TV title, or the Internet Championship. You know, if you want to be up to date, you know, today, man. You know, the social media. I don't know, man. But it just make something where the fans kind of, you know, have an interaction to who they want to see, the young talent that they actually want to see, you know, and maybe that helps you, you know, promote and push newer talent, because you don't want to push people that's old, but yet all you're pushing is old people. So it's like like some of them are exceptions. Some of them are exceptions, no doubt about it. But it's like, man, come on, man. You gotta give or take, man. You got a hot 33-year-old, or you got an up and coming 23-year-old, but you're not sure what they're gonna actually be. Which one you want to go with? Well, let's
right.
The 33-year-old, at least I could put him on the main roster and he can continue to make things interesting until we bring up these other people, and then we can move forward. But you know, that's just me.
I mean, you know, that's why we call you, you know what I'm saying, Kimbro Diamonds, man, because, you know, you're a cerebral individual, man. You know, you use your thinking cap, your right and your left side of your brain. You know, you're very eloquent and intelligent in the way you put your sentences together. You know,
it ain't easy. It ain't easy.
Hey, man, hey, you spitting out knowledge expeditiously, and for that, man, I thank you, and we appreciate your service here on GOW Media, aka the Generation Wrestling Podcast. But yeah, moving forward, man, so we ended up getting a recap of the Mysterios and Dominic from last week, both of them getting their asses handed to them by Bobby Lashley, and then we get the handicap match. They tried. I mean, that's all I can say is they tried. Dominic ended up getting put in the Hurt Lock by Bobby Lashley, and his ass ended up looking like Gage, aka Goldberg's son. Hey, bro, man, Bobby Lashley, man, he said, "Fuck these kids, man." He just on a kids world tour, man, putting one child in the Hurt Lock at the time, man. What's going on with the boy?
Hey, they want to get in the ring with the big boys? All right, I'm gonna yank y'all ass around, and that's what he been doing. ragdolling these punks, just
Hey man, he was shaking the food stamps out of that boy.
Boy, man, I swear, boy, he shook the English out of that boy. I said that's what he did. And Dominic was laying on the ground speaking Spanish. He couldn't even talk English. So that's how much he was yanking on him, man. But I mean, okay, as far as the match is concerned, yeah. Ray and Dom, they worked well together as a team versus a bigger, stronger person. I mean, they had a good match with Brock Lesnar. Obviously, there were some spots in this match which kind of made it watchable, but we all knew the outcome in the end. So it's not, shocking of what we saw. Ray took a hella spear, and like we said, man, Dom got ragdoll out of got the English ragdoll out of him. Other than that, yeah, man, it was to be expected. It's Bobby Lashley. He's the Almighty, and the Almighty got to look almighty, and that's what he looked.
Hey man, he came a long way with Sami Zayn and them 3 Tyler Perry sisters. I'll tell you.
No, he came a long way from pointing at his ass. That's what he came on. Yeah, look at the glutes. Look at the glutes. Look at the glutes. Oh my God, who has glutes like this? Like, what? Why? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?
Hey, you know it's crazy. Hey, bro, I forgot about that shit. Hey, Lashley, show me your favorite pose.
Man, I'm right, man. I'm like, dude, your favorite pose. And when I'm like, are we for real? Like, man, no, man, this is not what we're doing with Bobby Lashley.
You too damn big for this shit.
I was good with him and Leo Rush up until that moment. That's what I'm like, man, nah, you lost me, bro. You lost me. You're pointing to the glutes. Like, come on, man. You're pointing to the glutes. I actually liked it, Leo Rush as Bobby, manager, because Leo Rush can talk the talk, man. The dude had a mouthpiece. He knew how to, he knew how to be a manager. And he can, he was a young guy, so he could be excited and high flying in matches when they teamed up. But like Joseph says, man, MVP is on another level, man. He's reached, he's found his niche in this business. If this is what he decides to do moving forward, if being a manager in this company and putting guys over. Because he can grab the microphone, he can say some stuff, he can do a promo, he can cut it. So it's like, to have the ability to be able to cut it and make people buy into it. Because I mean, him speaking for Bobby Lashley has been so great since day one of it. The first time he became the full manager after Lana lost, whatever, after that little BS with Lana and all that. Like, once MVP was the mouthpiece for Bobby Lashley, it has been upward for him this whole entire time. So I'm definitely I could definitely see MVP doing this long term, just being you don't need to, I mean, when you get healthy enough, if you can wrestle, you can do little stuff from time to time, but if not, bruh, be a manager. Like, you're great at it.
Yeah, I mean, MVP be talking that shit, man. Like you said, who would have thought when MVP came back, 2 years ago at the Royal Rumble, this is what we would get? Because, a lot of people are like, why the hell is MVP back? And now you're looking at it like, damn, you know what? MVP, quiet as it's kept during the first half of the pandemic era. Yeah, Oscar. Yeah, of course, Bailey and Sasha, they were carrying it on their side. But MVP, low key, was like a high point of the first half of the pandemic.
Was the hype man.
So yeah, MVP was coming out there talking that shit. Then of course, like you said, when you actually had the full formation of the Hurt Business, that's when he took his shit talking to a whole nother level. Because now he ain't got to be in the ring as much, and now you got 2 other killers, and Alexander and Benjamin, who we already know what Cedric he can do. He's a Hall of Famer, so will be. But yeah, man. But moving forward, all right. So man, we get Big E. He talks about Austin Theory in this match coming up with him. He also talks about the prospects of Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. Then we get a one-on-one backstage with Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch, once again, building their anticipation for a feud. And then we get Damian Priest and his open challenge. that would, his challenger would then be Sami Zayn. Priest ended up picking up the victory. And then, of course, man, we ended the night with Big E versus Austin Theory for a WWE Championship match, in which we will also have shenanigans, man. The GOW word brought to the Webster's Dictionary of Too Cold. In which we had Kevin Owens, and of course, you had that boy Seth Rollins come out, and Austin Theory being Theory, still same NXT Theory, goofy, not paying attention, did see it, then the motherfucker had the opportunity to fight for the championship, and he lost, and
and that was the one thing I did not like the fact that I was like, dude, you've been on him this whole time. Dude, man, don't worry about them arguing, man. Get on top of Big E. Like, you could have, they could have went another direction as far as that finish. If he was going to lose, you could have did something different. But to have him standing there so lost, it's not like they were standing up on the apron having this argument. Right. Then I can understand it. They're standing on the apron. They're on the outside by the ring announcers. They're not even nowhere really near the ring, so you shouldn't really be so focused on them arguing on the outside, man. Win this match. I got a WWE Championship match, bro. I'm about to whoop Big. I mean, I understand the story, but I did something different. I hated that because you've been building him as this smart, intelligent dude. The fact that he stole the egg on a whim, that it was showing Vince McMahon that he had moxie of trying to get what he wants, and it reminded and all the stuff that Vince said. So, all right. He took a gamble. He came up with an excuse, but I guess Vince respected his honesty about it, and of course he grabbed on Sammy for being a snitch. But that right there kind of killed that a little for me, because because the Austin Theory we've gotten on Raw since being drafted is not the same Austin Theory that we were seeing in NXT. So you come on, man, you. God damn it! Come on now, come on.
You got to pitch which direction you want to go in to stay with it.
Yeah, man, something, just little things, man. But not a bad match up until that point. But I can see a triple threat between Big E and Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. If it's for that new pay-per-view that they're going to get, or it could be on TV, but we're definitely going to get Seth Rollins versus Big E first, and then we'll get the triple threat, or maybe we'll just get the singles matches, and then they'll work to a triple threat after it.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, not a bad show, man. Had a nice little few moments where, a few talking points. Like I say, some new champions. The whole egg hunt thing was just really it was stupid, but
It was stupid, but you know what? And you know what? I can't believe I'm actually saying this. I'm gonna give Vince and I'm gonna give WWE a pass on this one, only because they could have drug it out longer, which WWE they will. They love dragging out stupid shit, but they got right to the point. Okay, Austin Theory. Look, we talked about we wanted new people on the main roster to get opportunities. We got tired of the same people getting pushed. I mean, hell, you got Zelina Vega, Carmella. Hey, you might not be the biggest fans, but it's something new, right? Austin Theory, he got opportunity. Kevin Owens, we kind of felt like he fell by the wayside a little bit. Seth Rollins, when he went to SmackDown, he kind of fell by the wayside, unfortunately, because of when Roman Reigns came back. Roman Reigns was that guy on SmackDown. So, Seth Rollins was kind of there just doing shit, just to do shit. And now, you got Kevin Owens, Roman, Finn Balor, he's in a prominent role to a degree. Liv
I
Morgan.
can see him being involved in that because of what happened between him and Seth. So I can definitely see it happening.
So I mean, you slowly but surely, man. If you stick with it, that's the thing. You don't release nobody, and you actually follow through with storylines. You could build up a solid mid-card, upper mid-card, man. And I think Raw has the potential on both sides. If you stick with it, I think tonight's show promised. Was it a great show? No, but was it watchable? If I can get more shows,
2 hours and 10 minutes of it.
But you know what?
Hour and 50 minutes. I'm sorry.
I'll take an hour and 50. I'll take an hour and 50 as long as I see potential. Now, if it's just an hour and 50 and the rest is complete utter bullshit, that's that. Like even Dana Brooke. We don't give a shit about the 24/7 championship. We're not fans of Dana Brooke. But I mean, hey, it kind of broke up the monotony a little bit because like, okay, now I'm not gonna watch a 4/7 championship match, but now I am kind of curious. All right, well, what are you gonna do with this now? Is this an opportunity for more women to be on TV? It's little shit like that where you don't know. But Tuco, hey man, we ain't gonna hold the people. I was
Yeah,
surprised.
we were on
I
it
was
way
surprised.
longer than we said.
We are the fact that we damn near got 40 minutes out of this show. I'm like, God damn, that's crazy. But hey, look, man, it was a decent
There was
enough
some
show.
talking points. There was some
You know,
talking
yeah,
points.
exactly. It was talking points. You know, it was a decent enough show to come out here and talk a little bit. So we did. NXT is still up in the air. I know you and I we talked about, you know, we'll play it by ear, but we definitely gonna watch the triple threat. If anything, we're gonna at least watch that. And yeah, man, you know, we'll see what's going on. You know, we damn sure gonna be on for Wednesday for Dynamite. That ain't even the question. So, you know, worst case scenario, y'all gonna see us on Wednesday. But Tuco, man, any final thoughts before we get off the air, bro?
Decent show. We'll see what happens next week. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see what happens for the rest of the week. Shit, actually. That man. Nah, man, it was cool talking with the people, man. Glad y'all see this. See what happens when you turn your notifications on. We ain't even tell y'all we was coming on, really. Hey, you see what happened? We came on and y'all popped on, man. So we appreciate y'all, man. You know, for everyone else who actually popped on, man, turn the notifications on, man. We just do what we do. When we feel like we need to talk, we talk, and you know, we talk to the people. So other than that, man, appreciate y'all. Have a good night. My boy, get ready to hit that button and let's get out of here.